where you want it.
Life has been moving very fast lately, and honestly, it's a little bit scary. Normally, I make videos on finances, career advice, or the projects I'm building, but this one's going to be different. Lately, I've been stuck in this nostalgic, almost reflective mood, like I'm in the middle of some sort of transition phase of my life. So today, we're going to slow things down and talk about some thoughts on my mind about the passage of time and just missing when life was simpler. And I'm going to talk about all of this while I drop a nuke in Modern Warfare 2, because why not? Transition phases of life hit pretty hard sometimes, and I feel like I'm stuck in limbo, where I'm in between adulthood and childhood as a 28-year-old guy. And I know that sounds a little bit ridiculous, like, come on, Wyland, you're old. But let me explain. There are parts of me that are grown up, like I'm moved out, I'm engaged, I have adult responsibilities, I pay bills, I try to be financially responsible, and I maybe have kids in the next few years. But at the same time, I feel like the same old kid in a lot of ways. I have no kids yet, still hanging with the friends I've known forever. I see my family frequently, and I still enjoy many of the same hobbies and even video games. And that gap, the one between who I was and who I'm becoming, is hitting a little bit different lately. I think on this channel, I might give off the vibe that I'm always charging ahead, I'm always on the grind, I'm always building the next thing. But that's definitely not the full truth, because while I do try to move forward, I've also got some pretty destructive habits. And one of them is holding on to the past a little bit too tight. And I would call myself a bit of a nostalgia addict, believe it or not. And right now I'm deep in that phase for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because summer's flying by, because life's changing fast. I'm traveling, I'm trying to build a life that I want, and part of me is just trying to keep up with all of it. And sometimes when life feels like this, I try to force myself to slow down and do some thinking in the chaos, because I really do need that in order to keep myself going. I'm very bad at stopping and slowing down, but it's good to reflect and appreciate things in life and try to see what you can do better. And this channel is just a reflection of who I am, what I'm thinking, what I'm building. No matter how bad or how positive or negative I am, the highs and lows, you get all of it, whether you like it or not. So let's start off with how I've been feeling lately. So some months I'm more nostalgic than others, and usually something causes it. And in this case, I think I know why. For those who don't know me very well, I am from America. I've spent most of my life in Wisconsin, but I'm now mostly living outside of America to spend time with my fiance and explore the world together. So I'm usually very far away from home nowadays. But during the month of June and the beginning of July, I was back in my home state of Wisconsin, hanging out with all my family, all my friends, old and new, and we all live here, so it's great to see everybody. I did a few things that really reminded me about the passage of time and put me in some sort of nostalgic state. And one of these things was that my old buddies and my buddies that I've literally gamed with for decades, like since the MW2 and Black Ops days, we did our first LAN party, which for those who don't know, you basically hook up all your Xboxes, all your gaming equipment in one person's house, and you play and populate old games together. So we hooked up all of our Xboxes in my friend Zelix's house. We stayed up late. We played COD 4, Black Ops, played all the game modes that are not really populated anymore. And we were able to do a 3v3. It was very competitive, even teams. We were talking shit the whole time, and it was a lot of fun. These games nowadays are ghost towns.
50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town.
No pun intended. But it's true. I mean, there are times I sit down, I can't even find a non-hacked lobby, these old Call of Duty games, and it really took me back to the days to just play in these kind of normal lobbies again. And plus, on top of that, Black Ops 7's coming out. We're probably going to get all the Black Ops all the way to Black Ops 97. Like, I don't know. That's a whole different discussion. But the LAN party definitely hit, because this was back when COD was good. Times were easy. I had no other responsibilities other than to get to 10th Prestige, level 70, and unlock fall camo on the intervention. So that got me nostalgic. And then another thing, my cousin that I'm pretty close to actually got married. And you've probably seen him in all my gameplays. This is Perfectionified. And the actual wedding itself, it's cool to just see everyone from your life in one place. And in every wedding that passes, people get a little bit older. Some of my cousins are now having kids. My cousin who got married, it feels like yesterday. We were just going to, Juicy J concerts in high school and going to see Linkin Park at Summerfest in Milwaukee, staying out late, questionable behavior. But now he's married. He's probably going to have kids soon, and I'm going to get married soon. And it's just, life's just changing. And after the wedding, I slept at one of my grandparents' house. They've both been passed away for a little while now, but the house on my mom's side is still in the family, so we stay there once in a while when we come and visit the area. And this was the same house where my mom would drop my cousins and I off at when we were kids, and we just, play in the yard and get into trouble. And when staying there, I stayed up late looking at all the photos in the house, just family photos. And a few times I looked at a photo, I was like, holy shit, like, look at how long ago that was. That was like 20 years ago. And just everyone looked so different. And in family photos, every year that passes, like the people around, like they change. Some people leave us, right? I saw a photo of 8 people on my mom's side of the family. And it's like, wow, like 3 of them are no longer here. And in others in this photo, they're getting older and you hope everyone stays healthy. There goes a dark saying that one sibling will be at all of the funerals and one will have nobody at theirs. So it's sad and just weird to think about, but true. Anyways, I don't know. That's my dark brain thinking. But these experiences forced me through a walk down memory lane, which is a fun place to visit from time to time. And I really do miss the simpler times sometimes. Like there were some amazing things about them. Like when we played the old Call of Duties at the LAN party, it basically took me back to those old days playing CODs during the golden era of 2009 to 2012. These are the best games out there, in my opinion. You know, game chats, going home after school, hitting sick clips like this one from my old channel. That mic reaction is just so nostalgic for me. I mean, it's crazy. And my YouTube did not pop off back then, but come on, that was a sick clip. That was just such a great era, man. It really was. And I do miss those times when I didn't have to live like I do now. I mean, now I have to work pretty hard to pay the bills. I feel like I'm on planes every month, and sometimes it's exhausting. Like growing up definitely hurts. And being back in America for some of my summer reminded me of those carefree summer days, no responsibilities. And the fact that I don't have an actual 9-to-5 job now made me think a little bit more nostalgic for some reason, since I'm so used to working during business hours on strict timelines. But I was completely on my own schedule this time. And it's really easy for me to get carried away in those thoughts of wanting that time period back. When I was staying at my grandparents' house, my dad and I were up late, and I asked him about the house and if he just has any feelings from staying in it after the first time in a long time. And he goes, "You know, I really don't. It's just a place. The people we used to enjoy this with are gone, and now it's just a house. I mean, the people are what make it memorable." And that really kind of made me realize again that this phase of our lives is over. It's been over for a while. There's no way to get it back. And nostalgia can be fun, but it's like straight up destructive sometimes. It's not good to be thinking this way and thinking too much about the past and times that have gone. And in the world now, getting complacent really will only cost us. And our childhood will continue to end in phases over our lifetimes. Here's a few moments that when you're kind of forced into growing up. Number one, I'd say, moving out. You're away from your parents and you have to manage yourself. Another part when your childhood ends is maybe your childhood pet's dying or maybe your grandparents dying. Like I've lost all 4 of mine and that really hits different. My childhood pets, some of them are still alive. I have a 21-year-old cat, and that's going to be a weird one because that cat was literally in the basement with me when I dropped my first nuke on Modern Warfare 2. And then, you get much older. Eventually, other people pass, your parents will pass, and there's so many steps towards growing up. But even though there's all those negative things, there's the positive side, right? Maybe you get married, maybe you have kids, maybe you move jobs, maybe you move somewhere else. There's so many things that can happen. It reminds you that there's always stuff to look forward to, even with the past behind you. So I'm happy to be moving forward, but it doesn't mean I don't look back once in a while. And when some phases end, that just means others are beginning. And this signifies just a kind of a transition period in your life. Life can be relentless, feels like a constant stream of problems, and nobody's really certain what's going to happen next in the world. And I hear you guys in the comments talking about this. Life isn't easy, and growing up is definitely painful. But despite all of this, I'm accepting the passage of time and accepting the uncertainty of the future. We can't get those days back. And the cool part is that we have no idea what the future may hold. 2 years ago, if you told me I'd be doing all this stuff, traveling, YouTube, projects, whatever, I'd be baffled at how life could look so different. Sometimes that uncertainty and that discomfort, pushes us towards something better. We have to be looking forward to new experiences and whatever life has to offer. And while we're doing this, we can still be, kids deep down while we're pushing forward. Keep that same curiosity and those dreams that we had when we were kids and try to change it up. Keep that mundane life interesting to make it that much better. So my childhood has ended. I'm sure for many of us, it is long gone, no matter how much we may miss those days. I want all of us to move on to some cool things. So for me, I'm going to continue my journey, self-employment, YouTube, chasing my passions and dreams, being closer with my fiance, and trying to build a new version of my life. So you're not alone if you feel this way, like time's slipping away, but we're all in this together. We're all moving forward one phase at a time. So let me know if you felt this lately in the comments, just maybe moments where you felt like your childhood was over, you're ending. And that's going to wrap up this video. So I hope you enjoyed this little chat for Weiler and Wednesday, and we'll see you in the next one.